What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next war recap video. And before I get started, I want to let you guys know, I know that some of my vainglory has been suffering as far as content creating and all that, but there's just been a lot going on the last couple weeks, and I'm sort of in this weird holding pattern. I'm not, I want to see what's going to happen with this update, and I've known about it for a while, and so it's sort of had me off my game as far as creating content and stuff. But don't panic on me. I mean, it's not like I'm going away. But I really am concerned about this, and I want to see what direction they're going to go. I think there's a little glimmer of hope. For you guys that didn't see it, I was actually got on stream with Galadon. He was streaming last night, and just impromptu, people like me and Powerbang and Ash got on there and talked with him about this. And he's a supporter of the idea of a 24-hour cooldown. If you make a change on one of your bases, then nobody can attack it for 24 hours to test it. Then that way, if hardcore war clans want to put up a decoy base and then change their base right before war starts, that 24-hour cooldown is going to protect them, so nobody can mod their attacks during that war, which would be fabulous. And he has no opposition to it. So I hope a lot of people that are more on the casual side or the pushing side don't have opposition to this, and maybe we can have a loud enough voice that Supercell will listen and say, hey, yeah, that's acceptable. That's not a bad idea, and make a change. Because a lot of people are sort of down in the dumps about this one. Not that it's the end of the world. It's just, as I said, people say, oh, you're freaking out. I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying I don't want to play the game that way. That's not freaking out. I'm not saying the world's coming to an end or the game is ruined. I'm just saying for people that are like-minded like me, I just don't have any interest in doing it, and I do have interest in being competitive. And if that's what's required to be competitive, then I don't have any interest in playing that way. That's all I'm saying. It's not like I'm panicking. I just hope that the Supercell realizes this and realizes that there's a compromise. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. They can have both. So we'll see. But just give me some time. Give me a little bit of a break. I will continue to make content, but I know I'm slacking on some of it. Again, so many comments to read, so much stuff about patrons to read. I want to take all that in and represent you guys. That's what I want to do. I want to represent my fans, my viewers. And I've told Supercell that. I said, here's the problem. Yes, we're a small percentage. We're a minority, but these are my people. These are who I'm here to represent, whether that's good, bad, or otherwise. That's who I'm going to represent. So when I went on my rant, for lack of a better word, in the behind the scenes chats there, I mean, it's for you guys. It is for y'all, because I know how you think at this point. We've been doing this for over a year and a half, and I know what you guys want out of this game. I listen, I hear, I talk to y'all. So like I said, just cut me some slack. I promise you I'm not going anywhere. I promise you nothing's happened. I'm just trying to gather as much as I can and do the best job I can to represent y'all. And that does make some of my other stuff suffer, but I'm not going anywhere. All right, war recap time. Let's look at this. Last war we did against Vols Nation. Had a nice victory. Good job to everybody at OneHive. Good job to Vols Nation. Looking at the bases, they let 111 slip through, a couple of 10s slip through, and then some 9s as well. So that was a discrepancy. They did pretty good. They got a lot of 3 stars, so good job to those guys. We did it really, really well. All of the Town Hall 11s 2-starred. One of them actually 3-starred. We're going to watch that one clearly. And only one Town Hall 10 that didn't get 3-starred. So OneHive, again, just killing it lately. I mean, really, really strong. It's funny because people, a month ago, OneHive's dead. OneHive's not what they used to be. And it's just, you go through highs, you go through lows, and now here we are. I feel like as strong as we've ever been, honestly. Just a few weeks later. Who knows? Everybody thought that we were going to be trash after the update, all the closet modder talk. And again, I've never seen our guys perform better since the update than we have in the last couple, 3, 4 wars, something like that. Really, really impressive stuff. So let's get into it. Check out this Town Hall 11 3-star from Zofran. Might be one of the first Town Hall 11 3-stars of an actual base, not like just completely rushed. I mean, this has got some maxed out defenses. It's got the Eagle Artillery. It's got 35, 40 heroes. Not the highest level walls, and some of the new defenses are not very well upgraded, but still, this is not a pushover base, and it's not like it's just a box, you know what I mean? It's an actual base, so I think it's an impressive attack. Impressive 3-star by the Fram here. Drops down his Queen and his Warden, and some wall breakers there. Just going to open this up, let the Queen start walking in, let her start doing some damage. You see he's got the Valks queued up. He's got some balloons. He's got the double jump and a bunch of rage spells. So really, he's just trying to just burst this thing down, just sort of overwhelm it. But he's going to let his Queen sort of do her thing there. That We had to pop the ability there, even with a rage spell. He dropped the rage a little bit late, in my opinion. That's why I had to pop the ability. But that warden makes a big difference on that queen walk. It really lets her sustain a little bit longer than she would have otherwise. So the Valk's coming in, the jump spell, the first rage, right into that first Inferno Tower, just roasting through it. Now here comes the CC troops. Now that there is a golem in there, which is a bad thing, but he just sort of burns right through that. With the help of that warden and into the core, another rage spell just keeps those Valks moving. I think he timed that the warden's ability before that before that golem exploded, which was actually beautiful. If that's what happened, I have to go back and watch it again. But I think that's what happened because his Valks came out on the other side very, very healthy. And there was no heal spell, so it almost has to be what it was. And as you can see, the balloon's on the backside, and that's that. I mean, he just tore through the center of this base, just ripped it to shreds. King still has his ability up. Beautiful use of back-end loons just to take out those few defenses that the Valks would have to beat the wall through the walls to get to. But, you know, Queen's still up, Warden's still up, King's still up. Just smashed that base. So awesome job to Zofran. All right, moving on to some Town Hall 10 action, looking at Duche. Duche taking on this guy with, again, Valks. Let's see, where is he coming on this one? He's got a Queen Walk, he's got a few Hogs, and he's got some Wall Breakers, so he's going to bust in. So just dropping down a minion or two, starting to take out some trash buildings that's free, creating this funnel, making sure his troops are going to go where he wants, and that Queen is down on the bottom there with the healers. So she's going to start in on these defenses and just sort of clear some trash out of the way. A couple of Hogs down just to go in and grab this CC out. Just wants to take that. Probably get it with one Hog there, but there is a lot of point defense there, so probably playing it safe. Making sure he got it emptied out. Probably a smart move. Drops down the poison for the CC troops as they start coming out. The Queen is going to just sort of move on from these balloons here. But they are going to take a huge amount of damage from this poison spell. And as soon as she clears out that storage, she just one-shots them down. So that was nicely done. A couple of wall breakers in, opens that compartment up. That's going to let that Queen sort of go in there a little deeper, get some more of these defenses taken care of. On the right side, he's got his giants going down, a couple of wizards, and some wall breakers. His wall breakers actually get roasted up right there. So that didn't work out well. But King's down, Valks are down. As soon as they clear this trash out of the way, they're not going to have any trouble beating right through that wall. It's a Lego wall. That is going to go down immediately, especially with that rage. Just like one swing and it's done. Did not actually completely clear the CC out. But still, those raged up Valks are moving super fast. Got the jump spell into that next compartment and rages them again. So they're just sort of running past those Valks, and does drop down the poison finally in the core to slow them down and start taking a lot of damage on them. Now his Hogs coming in, get the CC Hogs coming through. Did go ahead and drop that heal there for that single giant bomb. But they are sort of meeting up with the King and those Valks in that kill squad. And he's got 3 more Hogs that he can drop in on the backside here. You can see while those Valks are doing the tanking, he sneaks them in the backside, takes out that cannon pretty quickly, and then on to the Wizard Tower. Only one defense left, that mortar there. It's going to go down, and from there, it is just cleanup. So beautiful attack. You know, again, just picked it apart, really. Just picked it apart, came in the right angle, had a minor wall breaker fail. But again, with Valks, you have a little more leniency there than like if you just were trying, you're setting your King and the Golem in. Sometimes you can get away with that. Dropping down to one spot, checking out Atoma, doing his thing with the Valks. Same sort of setup. Valks, Queen walk up with the healers, and a couple of balloons he threw in with these Hogs, so that was nice to see. I really like the fact I actually tried to emulate it just to practice, and my Queen went the wrong way. So I'm not sure why. I mean, I dropped her right in the same spot. I have no idea why she went through. I have to watch it again. But my Queen walked around the left side. He goes around the right. I actually got like a 90-something%. I almost adapted and still got the 3-star, which is kind of interesting. But just didn't get the job done. Comes in with that Queen. She's going to walk down and see the Valks, or excuse me, see the minions down here. That's setting it up where he wants to enter with the Valks is right here on this 3 o'clock corner. So he's going to let his Queen walk all the way down to there. He's already got it towards, you know, very little to no chance of his Valks wrapping around or his Queen wrapping around. So just letting that develop. Right here, this one Hog coming in for the CC lure. She's that cannon's distracted, so it's just that Expo locking onto it. As soon as the Queen steps up, he just needs a second or so. It's a Golem and a balloon, so it's completely empty at this point. He's going to drop the poison down, let the Queen take care of that. Look at the time on this attack. He's only got a minute and a half left. He's just started. I mean, he's just 25% in. He hadn't even started deploying his real squad yet, so pretty fast and furious once it starts happening. The poison for that, they go down real quick there. The balloon drops before it even gets a bomb off. Now the giant and the wall breakers and the wizards on the right side. He does have he dropped those wall breakers a little bit too slow and one got taken out, but He's got those max wall breakers. It opens everything up. Here come the Valks, meeting up with the Queen, the King, the CC troops of Valks. They're all moving through. Obviously, he's got the jump spell to let them all the way in, into both Inferno Towers, into the Queen, into all that damage, all that threat that we've talked about before. Look at that beautiful free spell grabbing both of those Inferno Towers. That was money. Like, you have to drop that just right to do that on both sides, but he did it. Takes that out. And now the Hogs coming in from the bottom, along with these balloons on the backside. Look how he didn't wait until that air defense was down. I always harp on that. But look at Atoma doing it. He didn't wait for that air defense to go down before he dropped those balloons. He knew it would be down before those balloons even got in range. So he went ahead and deployed them. Perfect deployment. Takes out that last Wizard Tower, and now just that Expo left. Look how many troops he's got left. This was insane. He just smashed this base out, like crushed it. So really nicely done to Atoma. Our Town Hall 10s are just, in my opinion, never look better. They're just stepping up. They're just refining their craft, and it's fun to watch. So good job to all you guys. All right, Rahi taking on number 13. Some Town Hall 9 action here. Valks involved in this one, but again, the go Valo. When I get one of these, I almost always show it to you guys. It's just fun to watch. I don't know. I like them. I like how people, an air defense is such a specific target. When you're using the loons and you can really have a plan to take out all those air defenses, it's just sort of fun to watch. Or if you got one left, you have that Lava Hound to send in and tank up for it. But if you take out the majority of them, it's pretty effective. So the Queen coming in from the top here, taking out some defenses, got that army camp down to sort of push her the direction he wants her to go. Clearly, she's going to get this first air defense, so she can step right up. As soon as she clears a little more trash out, she's going to grab that one and then continue on her way here. So there it goes. She's on that first AD. It's going down, and now she's going to walk to the south and continue taking defenses out and doing her thing. She can get all the way down to that bottom there, that next air defense there, and take it out. And again, when he's got these Valks, he's going to go into the base, and he's going to start taking out more defenses. He's going to go deeper into this base and grab this stuff. So you'll see here in a moment, got the Queen just barely, she was a little close. I think that was a premature ability right there, but it's probably better safe than sorry. She's sort of doing her thing here, gets a second air defense down. Now the jump spell, I love when people do this. They clear out a path and then they sort of come in from behind and send in that king, that kill squad, whatever, right into the core on the path that they just cleared out of the way. Takes the king out, takes the CC troops out, and obviously is going to get to that next air defense. He's got another jump, which is going to allow them to go through and get to the queen. Now that third air defense, we talked about, you have the possibility of a lava hound to tank that, but the queen, you can't do anything with. You got to get to her. So the second jump, directing her over that direction, drops the hill down. That hill was a little bit off because those Valks are obviously going to come back into that core, which is so compact and just tight with targets. That's what they're drawn to. But there was a double giant bomb weather, so I think he was just trying to keep them up, which did work. Lava hound coming in, loons coming in, hastening those up, and then just working his way around the base. Look how so many cannons. I love how this plan worked out. Look at that. Like 4 of the cannons were left. Think about that. And all the other defenses were pretty much down, and he's targeting the rest of that stuff with balloons. So it's pretty much perfect. This Lava Hound is going to sort of do the tanking from here on out, let those balloons do their thing, because the rest of his kill squad's pretty much down. But again, only one archer tower up. Nothing else can even hit these balloons, besides maybe a random air bomb or something like that. But again, with that Lava Hound out front, chances are it will soak it up first. But there's the 3-star. Nice job, Arahi. All right, a couple more for you guys. Moving on to 15, we are looking at Diesel doing his thing with just a few Valks, very few you'll see here on this one, and a very compact base. I get so many people saying, hey, I have more trouble bases like this than I do actual anti-3-star bases, and I think it's just because you don't see them as much anymore, or we don't anymore. Usually you see anti-3-star bases, and so it's just a different attack style, but you're going to see Diesel do it here. Comes in from the bottom with that queen. He is just going to create that funnel, let the queen deal with this Lava Hound. I'm not sure about that rage spell. Didn't get his healers in there, but of course they didn't really need it. They get the queen. We'll fast forward through that, let that clean all up. And then from there, yeah, kind of a wasted rage spell in my opinion. He could have, I don't know, he could have done better. But anyways, you see the queen's getting pretty low here. But as soon as that last point defense, or one of those point defense goes down, now she's in pretty good shape. There's only 1 point defense targeting her. These healers are going to catch up. And here in just a moment, she's going to take that point defense out, and she's really going to have a chance to get healed back up. So right there, that splash damage means literally nothing. Look how fast she goes back up. From the top, he's got his golem down, got some wizards creating the funnel there. The queen is going to step up and get right into that nook right there, which is going to allow her to get to the queen. It's going to be huge value. So that was a beautiful queen walk, in my opinion. That little inlet that you see right there, queen is going to take full advantage of that with those healers on her. And he's got her ability still, so that's good. There you see the Valks coming in from the top. Again, small segment of Valks there coming in with the heal spell for them, just letting them kind of take out that top position. You know the quad Teslas are there. I mean, that's predictable. You see the Queen going down there, and now it's time for the Hogs to go in. You know, the Valks are in there doing their thing. That Golem's in there doing its thing. But on this backside here, going to send his Hogs. Now, notice he doesn't get his Hogs too thin. I think that's the #1 mistake people make when they hit bases like this. They get their Hogs spread too thin. All of his Hogs are going to congregate, for the most part, inside this heal spell. As soon as that air defense goes down, look at that. They're pretty much all standing in that heal spell. Actually, all of them are at this point. When you do these attacks, you want to have all, if not most, of your Hogs standing in each one of the heal spells you bring for him. This one, he only had one because he cleared most of the base with other troops. But still, once he did drop it, they all were there. You know, you never want to spread them farther than that to where they won't congregate right back in where you can heal them back up because they're taking too much damage that way. It's too tight. There's too many defenses hitting them at once. So nice job at 2 Diesel. All right, last one is going to be Gianni Wick taking on that's number 19 here and doing it with Valks, the healers, the Hogs, go Valhalla, normal stuff here. Comes in from the bottom. This is a pretty spread base build with that sort of dead zone middle. Totally different style of base, but, you know, the same strategy pretty much works if you do it correctly. Drops that wizard down. He wants to create that funnel. He wants to push the Queen the right direction. To the right there, even though that sword is not going to go down, the Queen's still going to go where he wants right here. So there's just the buildings are set up for it. He knows that. So as soon as she takes that step to the right there, it's all over. She's never going back the other way. Comes up, takes out this archer tower. Gonna have to deal with these storages, and that's a lot of HP. But she grabs the CC lure as well, so that's sort of mission accomplished there. Pulls that down. Look how much value he's getting out of that one wizard. That's insane down there. It's gonna go all the way around, take out this mortar, and then keep going. I mean, this thing is still going. It's insane. That's the best wizard I've ever seen. Then from the top comes in with another wizard, his king, just sort of clearing out this trash up here. The Queen's taking care of that lava hound, taking out these lava pups now. She's gonna deal with all those. There's the wall breakers coming in with the Valks. The king and the Valks walk, though. This funnel was not wide enough, and his wall breakers were too late. But look what he did here. He adapted. There's no question that the plan on this particular attack, in my opinion, was for the jump spell to be used for all that going into that core, jump it all in, and take care of all that little defense cluster right there and head towards the Queen. But he did not waste his jump spell. He adapted right in the middle of this because he only had 3 or 4 Valks in there. Don't waste it. The majority of his troops, his king, his Valks, all that up top is where his real value is right now. So he goes ahead and heals him up and then drops the jump spell for him up there. And sort of recovers from this. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm 99% sure the plan was to go in from that 9 o'clock, and it just didn't work out. But he stayed with it. He thought quickly, adapted, and now his Valks are just wreaking havoc. His Queen, they're sort of meeting back up, and he still has the Hogs. Not a lot of Hogs, but he doesn't need a lot of Hogs. There's not many defenses left. And luckily, they don't run into any real trouble as far as like giant bombs and stuff. He goes ahead and heals them early. You can't heal dead Hogs when you're sort of on your back, on your heels like this. Keep those Hogs up. You can't be too patient because there's a lot of point defense right there. You see that they took a lot of damage, but now the Valks have joined back up. The Queen sort of joining back up, and he's only got 1 defense left to take care of that Tesla, and he's going to get the job done. So very nicely done by Gianni. Again, a great adaptation on something that didn't quite go right, but still got the 3-star. Look at those giant bomb almost taking his Hogs out there at the end. Nice job. All right, guys. Again, excellent to everybody at OneHive. Keep it up. I think they're absolutely killing it right now. Very, very impressive attacks from top to bottom. And again, how quickly things change. Everybody thought we were done. We weren't a top clan anymore, and I think we compete with anybody at this point right now. So that's exciting. Also, the shout out today going out to Deist from Chaos Hammer. Again, this is the last one. Actually, I've got some more from Chaos Hammer much later, but these were just the first 3 to sign up. So Deist from Chaos Hammer, this is your shout out. And again, just to Chaos Hammer, they're just awesome. So many good patrons and good attackers over there. If you guys are looking for a clan, do not overlook them because they're legit and huge supporters to OneHive. So really appreciate it, guys. All right, hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, Jake from OneHive doing my best to help you guys suck less.